The small shuttle docked with a gentle bump against the massive alien vessel that loomed like a metal mountain in the darkness of space. Ambassador Kelly Mason took a deep breath as she gathered her notes and smoothed down her formal blue uniform. The fate of Earth might rest on how well she handled the next few hours. No human had ever set foot on a Vraxian mothership before the aliens were known throughout the galaxy as merciless hunters, apex predators who viewed most species as either threats or prey. Yet here she was about to walk into their den alone. 5 years ago, something unprecedented had happened. A Vraxian hunting party had landed on Earth in the remote wilderness of Wyoming, targeting 3 human women on a camping trip, but instead of claiming trophies, the alien hunters had never returned. Their ship remained in orbit for the scheduled pickup time, then departed without them. It had taken years for humans to understand what had happened. And by then, the Vraxians had returned not for revenge but for talks. The airlock cycled open with a hiss of equalizing pressure. Kelly stepped forward, her heart pounding in her chest. 2 tall Vraxian guards flanked the corridor, their exoskeletons gleaming under the blue lights. Their forearms each held ceremonial weapons, and their amber eyes tracked her every movement. Ambassador Mason. One of them clicked in surprisingly good English, "The High Council awaits." Kelly nodded, unable to trust her voice. The aliens towered over her, nearly 9 feet tall. Their bodies resembled a cross between mantises and cats, sleek, powerful, and undeniably predatory. She followed them down corridors that seemed designed to intimidate with their massive scale and strange angles. Guards stopped before an enormous door carved with scenes of hunts across countless worlds. Kelly recognized some of the prey species from the limited xenobiology files Earth had acquired since first contact. But one panel remained blank, uncarved, as if waiting. "You may enter alone," the guard said. "They are waiting." The doors parted silently, revealing a vast chamber with a circular table at its center. 6 female Vraxians stood as she entered. Their exoskeletons were more ornate than the guards, with colors and patterns that Kelly guessed signified rank or clan. The tallest one stepped forward, her carapace a deep purple with gold markings. "I am Zilvora Prime, hunter of the 7th brood, and voice of the matriarch." She gestured. To the others, "These are my sisters in Hunt Kelmara, Drex Vashna, Kiltora, and Mevren." Kelly bowed slightly, remembering her briefings on Vraxian customs. "I am Kelly Mason, representing Earth and the Human Coalition." Zilvora circled Kelly slowly, examining her from every angle. "So small," she clicked. "Yet your kind ended 3 of our finest hunters. Their tracking beacons went dark in a place called Wyoming." Kelly kept her voice steady. "An unfortunate first contact situation. 3 humans, defending themselves against what they perceived as a threat." "Yes." Zilvora made a sound that might have been laughter. "Lisa Reeves, Tanya Gomez, and Bella Wright. 3 females with no military training, no advanced weapons, no armor, the scarred." Vraxian named Drex stepped forward, her mandibles clicking rapidly. "My daughter led that hunting party, Ambassador. She was a veteran of 80 successful hunts across 12 systems. Never had she failed to return with trophies." Kelly tensed, preparing for accusations, but Drex continued in a different tone. "When her beacon went silent, I demanded we burn your world to ash, but the matriarch ordered us to investigate first. We recovered the hunter's recording devices." A holographic display flickered to life in the center of the room, showing forest footage from what must have been the alien's perspective. 3 women hikers setting up camp, unaware they were being stalked. Then chaos as the hunters attacked and the humans fought. Back Kelly watched as the women on screen used their environment, fire, improvised traps, and sheer determination to overcome technologically superior opponents. One by one, the Vraxian hunters fell, not to advanced weapons, but to human ingenuity and the refusal to become prey. When the recording ended, silence filled the chamber. Kelly waited, heart racing. Finally, Zilvora spoke. "We have hunted across 1,000 worlds, Ambassador. We have faced creatures with natural weapons that would terrify your kind, venomous. Beasts that could kill with a touch. Hive minds that coordinated perfect defenses. Yet 3 ordinary humans with camping tools managed what entire species could not. We are survivors," Kelly said simply. Throughout our history, when something has hunted us, we learn to hunt it back. Precisely. Zilvora's mandibles spread in what Kelly now recognized as their version of a smile. Your kind lacks natural weapons, no claws, no venom, no superior strength, yet you conquered your world. And now, reach for the stars. Your minds are your weapons. Your adaptability is your armor. The Vraxian named Kelmara stepped forward. We have been observing your species since the Wyoming incident. Your history, your conflicts, your triumphs. We have seen how you overcome seemingly impossible odds. And what conclusion have you reached? Kelly asked carefully. Zilvora gestured, and a smaller Vraxian entered, carrying an ornate box. Thousands of years ago, we encountered another species like yours, the Kresh. They too were adaptable survivors. We did not hunt them, we allied with them. Together we ruled a third of the galaxy until the plague took them. She opened the box, revealing a strange metallic emblem. We have not offered this to any species since. Kelly struggled to absorb this new information. The Wyoming incident had been 5 years ago, and for 2 of those years, Lisa Reeves had been secretly working with the aliens while Earth governments remained in the dark. Where are the other women? Kelly asked, Tanya Gomez and Bella Wright. Tanya is on another Vraxian ship working with their engineers. Lisa explained. She was a mechanical engineer before our camping trip. Her practical knowledge has been valuable to them. And Lisa smiled. Bella is currently on the Vraxian homeworld studying their ecology. She was an environmental scientist, remember? Kelly shook her head in disbelief. So all 3 of you have been working with them all this time while we were debating whether the Vraxians might return to attack Earth. We know how it looks, Lisa admitted. But we made the best decision we could with the information we had. The Vraxians aren't a threat to humanity. They could have destroyed Earth at any time if that was their goal. Zilvora clicked her mandibles. Your suspicion is understandable. Ambassador Mason, we are predators after all, but we are also pragmatic. Humanity has something we need, and we have much to offer in return. Kelly turned back to the alien leader. The Void Heralds, you said they destroyed the Kresh. Tell me more about them. The mood in the chamber darkened. Drex made a hissing sound, and the other Vraxians shifted uncomfortably. Kelmara activated another hologram showing a star. Map, the Heralds first appeared here at the edge of what you would call the Andromeda Galaxy. They consume everything. Organic technology, energy, life itself. The hologram showed worlds going dark, one by one, as shadowy tendrils spread across starred ice systems. We fought alongside the Kresh for centuries, Zilvora continued. But the Heralds adapt quickly. They learn from each encounter, evolving new defenses against whatever stopped them before. Like a virus, Kelly murmured, an apt comparison. Vashana agreed. They function as a collective intelligence but can operate independently. They have no central brain to target, no homeworld to destroy. And they're coming here. Lisa nodded grimly. Our solar system is in their path. Yes, within 20 years by their calculations. 20 years. Kelly felt her stomach drop. That's not much time. No. Zilvora agreed, it is not. Which is why we must formalize our alliance quickly. Begin sharing technology and strategies. Prepare. What makes you think humans can help against something that defeated both your species and the Kresh? Kelly asked. Lisa answered before the aliens could. Because we think differently, Kelly. The Vraxians are apex predators. They evolved as hunters. Everything in their psychology, their society, their technology comes from that perspective. And the Kresh were similar in some ways, different in others, but still following predictable patterns of thought. The Void Heralds eventually learned those patterns. Mevren, the smallest Vraxian, stepped forward. Humans are unique in our experience. You evolved not as the strongest predator but as persistence hunters. You chased prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. You used your minds to overcome your physical limitations. Your history is filled with examples of humans turning disadvantages into strengths. Kelmara added, Finding unexpected solutions, outsmarting superior forces. We need that unpredictability, Zilvora said simply. The heralds cannot adapt to what they cannot predict. Kelly thought about it. Earth's military strategists would certainly be interested in this threat, and the technology the Vraxians offered could transform human civilization. But there were still many questions. How would this alliance work practically? She asked. Would you expect humans to fight for you? Would there be cultural exchange trade? All of those things. Zilvora confirmed. And more. We would establish joint defense systems, share knowledge and resources, train together, hunt together. Your people would not be required to fight, Drex added surprisingly. But those who wished to join our forces would be welcomed. Lisa put a hand on Kelly's shoulder. They're offering us a chance to skip centuries of development, Ambassador, and a shield against something that would wipe us out otherwise. Kelly nodded slowly. I understand the stakes, but this is bigger than me. I need to take this proposal back to Earth. The Security Council will need to debate it. Of course, Zilvora said, we anticipated this. We have prepared detailed information about our species, our technology, and the Void Herald threat for your leaders. She gestured, and one of the guards entered carrying a small crystal device. This contains everything. Your government will need to make an informed decision, including visual records of the Wyoming incident from our hunter's perspective. Kelly took the device carefully. Thank you. I will make sure this reaches the right people. There is one more thing, Ambassador, Zilvora said. We would like Lisa Reeves to accompany you to help explain to your leaders what she has learned about us. Lisa nodded. I've been away from Earth a long time. I should face the music for my actions anyway. It might help your case, Kelly admitted, then turned back to Zilvora. How long do we have to give you an answer? The Void Heralds move steadily, but not quickly. We estimate 3 of your months would be sufficient time for your leaders to decide, and, if we decline. The Vraxians exchanged looks before Zilvora answered. Then we would respect your decision, but we would hope you would at least consider a non-interference pact allowing us to fight the Heralds when they reach your system. You would still try to defend Earth even without an alliance. We would, Zilvora confirmed. The Heralds must be stopped regardless of your decision. Kelly felt a new respect for these alien predators. They were offering humanity a genuine choice, not an ultimatum. I believe my government will seriously consider your proposal, she said, especially with the evidence you've provided and Lisa's testimony. Then let us conclude this initial meeting. Zilvora said, you and Lisa Reeves will return to Earth with our proposal. While you consult with your leaders, we will continue our preparations. The Vraxian extended one of her 4 hands in what Kelly recognized as an attempt at a human gesture. Until we meet again, Ambassador Mason. Kelly took the alien's hand carefully. The exoskeleton was warm and smooth, not cold and hard as she had expected. Until then, Prime Hunter. Kelly stared at the emblem in the box. It was unlike anything she had seen before. A swirling metal design that seemed to shift and change as she looked at it, catching the light in impossible ways. This is the mark of honored prey, Zilvora explained. Though the name translates poorly to your language, the concept is deeper than your words can express. It marks those we consider equals in the great hunt of existence. Drex stepped closer, her scarred exoskeleton gleaming under the chamber lights. Only the Kresh ever received this honor, and now we offer it to humanity. Kelly tried to keep her diplomatic composure, but surprise showed on her face. You want an alliance. We offer more than alliance. Zilvora said, we offer membership in the Beam Galactic Conclave under our protection. We offer technology knowledge and a place among the stars as our hunting partners, not our prey. The smallest of the Vraxians. Mivren spoke for the first time, her voice softer than the others. Our scientists studied the Wyoming incident for years. Those 3 human females with nothing but primitive tools and determination killed 3 elite hunters. They showed honor, courage, and resourcefulness, traits we value above all others. Kelly took a moment to process this information. She had expected accusations, demands for reparations, or at best a tense negotiation for peace. Instead, these feared predators were offering humanity a place at their side. What would this alliance mean for Earth? She asked carefully protection. Kelmara said, no species would dare threaten a world under Vraxian guardianship. Technology, added Kiltora, advances that would take your kind centuries to develop on your own. Knowledge, Vashna continued, of worlds. And species beyond your current understanding, Zilvora nodded. In exchange for your unique perspective, humans see patterns we miss, solve problems in ways we cannot imagine. Kelly sensed there was more, and you need that now because the 6 Vraxians exchanged looks before Zilvora answered. Because the Void Heralds approach from the outer rim, a species that consumes all life, they cannot be reasoned with or defeated by strength alone. We need your kind's adaptability. A new hologram appeared, showing strange shadowy forms moving between stars, leaving dead worlds in their wake. The heralds destroyed the creche, Drex said grimly. We fought alongside our allies, but even our combined might could not stop them. We were forced to retreat, abandoning worlds we had protected for millennia. That was 2,000 years ago. Kelmara added. We have grown stronger since then, but the heralds have as well. They adapt, they learn. They evolve, just as you do. Kelly understood now. You think humans might be the key to defeating them. We think humans and Vraxians together would be formidable. Zilvora corrected. Your ingenuity, our strength, your adaptability, our experience. Your 3 women in Wyoming showed us what your kind is capable of. She gestured to the blank panel on the door that Kelly had noticed earlier. This space awaits carvings of human and Vraxian hunts together. Kelly thought of Earth's history, how humans had survived ice ages, predators, plagues, and their own destructive tendencies, how they had always found a way to endure. She thought of Lisa Reeves, Tanya Gomez, and Bella Wright, ordinary women who had faced alien hunters in the wilderness of Wyoming and survived against impossible odds. I need to discuss this with my government, Kelly said finally. But speaking personally, I believe humans and Vraxians would make powerful allies. Zilvora made a gesture and the other Vraxians visibly relaxed. Then let us drink to potential new friends. She produced a container of blue liquid. This is safe for human consumption. We checked your biology thoroughly. As Kelly accepted the ceremonial cup, she realized that humanity's first major galactic alliance might be with the apex predators of known space. The irony wasn't lost on her. The liquid tasted sweet with an undertone of something like cinnamon. Kelly felt warmth spreading through her body as she drank. There is more you should know, Ambassador, Zilvora said after completing the ritual. We have brought someone who wishes to speak with you. The doors opened again, and to Kelly's shock, a human woman walked in. She was tall, with weathered skin and gray streaks in her dark hair. Her eyes were sharp and assessing. Ambassador Mason, the woman said with a nod. My name is Lisa Reeves. Kelly almost dropped her cup. Lisa Reeves from Wyoming. The woman nodded. The same. I've been working with the Vraxians for the past 2 years. How? Kelly managed. We thought the only contact was the hunting party. Lisa confirmed. But they weren't the only Vraxians watching. After what happened, they approached me secretly, asked me to help them understand humans. Zilvora made a sound of confirmation. Lisa Reeves has been an invaluable bridge between our peoples. She has taught us much about humanity. Lisa smiled slightly, and I've learned a lot about them. They're not what we thought, Ambassador. They're hunters. Yes. But they have honor, a code. They respect strength and courage wherever they find it. You should have informed Earth authorities, Kelly said, still processing this revelation. Maybe, Lisa acknowledged. But I made a judgment call. The Vraxians wanted to approach humanity carefully. They feared your governments might react with panic or aggression. So you've been what? An ambassador before me. More of a cultural attaché, Lisa said with a hint of humor. I've been helping them understand everything from our history to our movies. They're particularly fond of survival stories. Revenant, Castaway, those kinds of films. Zilvora clicked her mandibles in what Kelly now recognized as amusement. We find your fiction fascinating. Your species imagines threats and then solves them in your minds before ever facing them. That is a powerful evolutionary advantage. Kelly looked from Lisa to the aliens. So this alliance, it's been in the works for some time. Yes, Lisa admitted. But recent developments with the Void Heralds have accelerated things. The Vraxians need our help sooner than they expected. And honestly, we need theirs too. Earth isn't ready for what's coming. The return journey to Earth was tense. Kelly and Lisa sat in the shuttle, both lost in their own thoughts as the blue planet grew larger in the view screen. They're going to be angry, Lisa said finally, breaking the silence. About me. Tanya and Bella, working with the Vraxians in secret. Kelly nodded. Probably, but the information you've gathered will be invaluable, and honestly, having you three as living proof that the Vraxians can be trusted is our best argument. Do you trust them? Lisa asked, studying Kelly's face. Kelly considered the question carefully. I think I do. Their offer seems genuine, and if they wanted to harm Earth, they could have done it already. That's what convinced me too, Lisa said. When I first met them after Wyoming, I was terrified, but they treated me with respect, asked questions, wanted to learn. She smiled slightly. They're hunters, yes, but they're also explorers, scientists in their own way. Tell me what really happened in Wyoming, Kelly asked. The official. Reports are vague. Lisa's face grew serious. We were on a week-long backpacking trip, 3 friends celebrating Bella's new job. It was our second night. The campfire was dying, and we were about to turn in when Tanya noticed something moving in the trees. She paused, her eyes distant with memory. At first we thought it was a bear. We had bear spray and we made noise hoping to scare it away. But then we saw them, 3 huge shapes, nothing like any animal we knew, moving with purpose, stalking us. The Vraxian hunters, Lisa nodded. They had some kind of camouflage technology, but it glitched in the firelight. We caught glimpses enough to know we were in serious trouble. When the first one attacked Bella, it was pure chaos. How did you defeat them? They had advanced weapons armor. Desperation, luck, teamwork. Lisa shrugged. Tanya is an engineer. She thinks in terms of mechanics and weak points. Bella knows animal behavior tracking. She grew up hunting with her dad, and I was a wilderness guide. I know survival. Together you were formidable. We had to be, Lisa said simply. The first one we got with fire. They didn't expect that their armor was resistant to our weapons, but not to being superheated. The second one, Tanya rigged a trap using our climbing gear. A deadfall that crushed its skull. The third. She paused. The third was the leader, Drex's daughter. She was smarter, more cautious after seeing what happened to the others, but that made her predictable. She expected us to hide too. We set up a decoy and circled behind her. Bella took her down with a hunting knife right at the junction of her exoskeleton. Kelly stared at Lisa with new respect. 3 civilian women against 3 elite alien hunters. We didn't know they were aliens then, Lisa said. We thought they might be some experimental military thing or a new predator species. We were just trying to survive. When did you learn the truth? 2 years later, Lisa explained. I was working as a park ranger in Wyoming. I got a call about strange lights in the backcountry. When I went to investigate, I found a Vraxian scout team. They revealed themselves deliberately. They wanted to talk. That was risky for them, Lisa nodded. Very, but they'd been watching, us studying what happened. They were fascinated by how 3 untrained humans defeated their hunters. They wanted to understand. And you agreed to help them. Not immediately, Lisa admitted. I was suspicious, hostile at first, but they showed me their records, explained who they were, why they had come to Earth. They were honest about being hunters, that this was a sport for them, but they also showed regret. They hadn't realized humans were sentient in the same way they were. So you became their guide to humanity, something like that. Lisa smiled. Later they asked if Tanya and Bella would join us. They both did. Eventually, Tanya was fascinated by their technology, Bella by their biology. The shuttle docked with the orbital station. Kelly gathered her notes and the crystal device, ready to face the music. As ready as I'll ever be, Lisa replied. The next 3 weeks were a whirlwind of debriefings, hearings, and closed-door sessions. Kelly presented the Vraxian proposal to increasingly higher levels of government, while Lisa Reeves faced questions about her unauthorized contact with aliens. Eventually, they found themselves in the White House Situation Room. The president sat at the head of the table, flanked by military leaders, scientists, and diplomats. Let me get this straight, the president said. An advanced alien species known for hunting other species for sport wants an alliance with us against an even more dangerous alien threat. Yes, Madam President, Kelly confirmed. The Vraxians believe humanity has unique capabilities that could help defeat the Void Heralds. Because 3 women in Wyoming killed 3 of their hunters, Lisa nodded. That incident changed how they see humans. They recognized something in us that reminded them of their only previous allies, a species called the Kresh. The Secretary of Defense leaned forward. And what do we get from this alliance? Kelly activated the crystal device, projecting images of Vraxian technology, protection, advanced weapons, energy systems, FTL travel, medical technology that could extend human lifespan by decades, knowledge of hundreds of worlds and species, and in return they expect us to fight their war. They hope we'll join them, yes, Kelly clarified. But they've made it clear they'll respect our decision either way. They'll even try to defend our system from the Heralds regardless. The room fell silent as everyone considered the implications. Can we trust them? The president asked, finally looking directly at Lisa. I've spent 2 years living among them, Madam President. Lisa replied. They are predators, yes, but they have a strict code of honor. They value courage, strength, and intelligence. They keep their word. She pointed to the star map showing the Heralds advance. And more importantly, they're telling the truth about this threat. I've seen the evidence, the Void. Heralds are real, and they're coming. The president turned to her science advisor. Dr. Monroe, what's your assessment? The older woman adjusted her glasses. The technology they're offering is centuries beyond our own. Some of it seems almost impossible. But if the samples we've analyzed are genuine, and I believe they are, it's real, and it would transform human civilization. General Peters. The Joint Chiefs Chairman frowned. From a military perspective, this alliance makes sense. The threat they describe is beyond our current capabilities to handle. We'd be foolish to face it alone. Ambassador Mason, the president said finally, you've spent the most time with these Vraxians. What's your recommendation? Kelly took a deep breath. I believe we should accept their offer, Madam President. This isn't just about survival, though that's important. It's an opportunity to join a galactic community to advance humanity in ways we've only dreamed of. The president nodded slowly. I tend to agree, but there are conditions I want: safeguards, treaty limitations, clear boundaries. The Vraxians would expect nothing less, Kelly assured, or they respect strength and caution. Then let's draft a response, the president decided. Ambassador Mason, you'll return to the Vraxian ship with our preliminary acceptance and our conditions. We'll see where negotiations go from there.